What's going on, everyone? We are live, and today we are doing, give me one moment. We are doing a avoid crashing out. So last race was my first DNF and was not great. Honestly, it was pretty disappointing from a driving perspective, and I just realized that my Lite is not installed. So let me fix that real quick. Sorry about that. For those that don't know, a Lite is simply just a, I guess, color filter is the best way to describe it, but I like to go in HLG. So let's go do that real quick so we can fix how we look. And just like that, we are good to go. All right, so we are going to move over to F1. Just going to put on a little radio and go from there. So pretty pumped, pretty excited. All in all, very pumped to be back on stream and go from there. So let me know if we may need to actually increase the light filter. All right, so let's jump in. Did it fix itself? That's the question. But OBS, I think, broke. We are back. Yeah, so I don't know what's been going on lately with my system, but I've been having some I guess driver issues. That's the only thing I can really describe. And if you watch this video, so I had a video that was meant to come out, I guess 2 hours ago, and it just processed. So now not so much, but we're here to have a good time. We're here to dominate. We're still in first place in the Drivers' Championship. So we're doing what we can do. But we're here at China, which means that first turn, I don't know if you can see on track, but this little map is insane. Turn 1 is one of the most difficult tracks, one of the most difficult corners that I've ever experienced. So we're here. We're gonna have fun, play, and hope to not crash out. The scary part is we're already through one engine and we're only 4 races through. There's a sprint race, normal race, development updates. We have things failing all the time. I can't wait to get out of VCARB, in all honesty. It's one of the most frustrating teams I've dealt with, and this is the first time I've ever done a driver career, but I can tell you I would not want to race for them in real life if this is how they operate. Now obviously it's a game, so who knows, but yeah. Complete 3 laps using 2 different engine components. No, we're gonna do that. Fuel available. Stress test any tire during the weekend. Sure, that's gonna be easy. Quality assurance tester. Lifting coasts for 2 set of tires is probably gonna be the best bet. And then we're in 5 championship. Yeah, we're gonna have to dominate. But we only have 1 practice, which is not great. We only have 385 points to for upgrades. I guess we can. Which one failed? Nothing. So let's recommend an upgrade. Rear floor under tray for weight reduction. Sure, that's fine. For the chassis, this is pretty rough. I can't wait to leave this team. And if I'm able to leave the team mid-season, best believe I will. It won't affect the driver championship, and we're gonna try to get Daniel Ricciardo out of Red Bull. I'm grateful that Red Bull gave him an opportunity to come back, but I mean, it's the way they did him dirty at the end was pretty rough. So we are going to just do a race program because that's honestly the way to do it. I should have done the 70%, but that's okay. We're trying to get as many points as physically possible because honestly, nothing else really matters. Which sounds bad, but it's all about resource points in this game. Everything else means nothing. So let's do this one. Hopefully it gives us enough time to try to get one more resource point. Perfect. 6 minutes. All right, so we got almost everything that we possibly could. And to those that are joining the stream, I appreciate it. Thank you for joining. As I mentioned before, I have a video coming out, or it actually is out now. Take a look. It's kind of a setup video. There probably will be a more in-depth video going forward, but this is kind of just a, you don't need all the space in the world to create your setup. Everyone's not privy to having one dedicated room. I consider myself lucky enough that I'm able to have a guest room, home office, and sim setup in one. A lot of people aren't privy to that, and it's trying to make use of the space that you have and different ways that you can make decisions on creating a more immersive experience. So, sprint qualifying.
Now here's something we haven't said for a little.
Sprint setup, custom setup. We should have China there, so we're good there. Let's go to track. The hard part is going to be, is it raining? And if so, how bad is the rain? Are we in intermediates? No. We are on medium, which is weird for a qualifying session, but I'll take it, I guess. Who knows? Oh no. Oh no. This is not good. Okay. We need to go to garage. It's already wet out there. Mediums are not the move. Session info. Can I please have the actual tires that I want? And let's go to track. No, ignore and go to track. I don't care. It's a sprint race. If I don't qualify, you know, very far ahead, that's fine. But it's already raining.
P13.
Why would I be on anything other than at least intermediates? This is where the game really struggles. Dear Codemasters, you should do a better job and actually care about the product that you put out. I know EA doesn't give you a massive budget because they're money hungry, but it's pretty bad. Toast. Go down the second. And I already have to use the flashback, which is not what we want. gonna be a lot of short shifting. We're gonna do our best to get a decent qualifying lap in, but who knows? It says I have damage, which is always interesting, and I don't know why. It might be low fuel, but we have 4 laps of fuel, so that shouldn't be a problem. Oh man. For those that are watching, thanks for joining the stream. Feel free to comment. I'm here for it. Right now, we're struggling to get any sort of grip. And we have a bunch of slow cars in front of us on mediums when they shouldn't be on mediums. They should be on intermediates. And that's going to be an interesting balance. Get some overtake on and push as much as we can, but like DRS is closed because of the rain, so not really sure on
we've been pushed down to P17.
and just like that, we're doing pretty well on the intermediates. Let's try to get now we push, and we're gonna try to get pole on this race. The hard part is gonna be going on the curbs, which is a pretty good strategy on this track, but in the rain it's definitely hard.
Light rain is here to stay.
And at least it's light rain, so we can be on intermediate instead of full wet. But yeah. Away we fucking go. Sorry for the cursing. Actually, not really. It doesn't really matter. It's not gonna prevent people from watching the stream. And just like that, we have the fastest lap. Now is it gonna hold? Who knows, but be really nice to do this without a flashback on qualifying. But this turn 1 is insane, and then mix in the wet, it's just not fun. And all we can really do is try to push it a little bit. But we're already so much slower than our last lap. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. But we're gonna go back to the garage and hope that our pole position for sprint holds. Will it? Hopefully, but I really don't know. I could be P17. Hey, there we go. No one did a qualifying lap on intermediates. They all did medium and couldn't push it because of the rain. The fact that Yuki doesn't follow the lead of the team is really frustrating. He's 3 seconds behind, and it's all because he didn't switch to intermediates. Frustrating. And before we start the race, just gotta switch over the music. Because I don't know why this radio decided. Let's do other music other than who I was playing, and very different music. So go to track. Oh, we're in sprint qualifying too. Fantastic. No, we're doing intermediates. We're gonna continue building on these. Ignore and go to track. We're gonna do a flying lap, and we're gonna push it. And that's all we can do. Hopefully everyone can hear me just fine. Hopefully the stream looks decent enough. YouTube has been pretty frustrating. It took 3 hours to process a video today. And at first I thought, oh, it's because of the upload speed, but it's not. It's just YouTube. Just YouTube being YouTube. And now we're gonna push it. I appreciate it. Thank you for the feedback. Now we have to hope that we can get this turned down. Down the second. With the third. Be really nice to not have to use a flashback on a lap on this track. This is one of the most technical tracks that I think exists. Some people may not agree, but it's extremely technical in a lot of different ways. You have some high-speed straights to some very questionable corners. And even though this is, you know, a flying lap, usually the first lap is much slower for me than my second lap, regardless if I know the track or not. And it usually comes down to just getting comfortable with the tires again. But so far so good. But yeah, if you haven't checked out the video that I just posted, stay on stream and watch that video as well, because the more people, the better.
Right, we're right on the cusp now. We've been pushed down to P11.
Alright, so that should be enough to get into Q3. So go to Q3. Whew. Check out the session info. As long as we make the Q3, we're fine. We should be fine. So I'm going to accelerate through. 7/10 slower than Lando, though, is huge. I play it very safe whenever there's rain. I do intermediates, and maybe other people are able to be better than I am at that, but not for me. Yuki, again, on the mediums, he would have been faster on the intermediates. It's just grip. I don't understand why people are qualifying in the rain on mediums when it's clearly not faster. So it wants me to be on softs. That's insane. It's literally raining. The track is wet. I don't get it. I don't get it. EA, get back to work. Honestly, it's pretty bad. I probably should be doing drive out laps instead of flying laps, but hey, how's it going? Right now we are in Q3 of the sprint qualifying in the wet, because why would it not be? The good news is it looks like everyone else is going to be on softs, which doesn't make a lot of sense. And we should be able to get pole position. It's not going to dry up in time. We don't have sunshine for another 10 minutes, and there's only 4 minutes left of qualifying. So we should be pretty solid. We are going to push it as much as we can because we want pole. We need to get some championship points after dealing with a crash out last race, which is very on par for Daniel Ricciardo, if I'm being honest. But our car is significantly worse than the competitors, which is not fun, but and now we push. Let's go. Come on. 143.8. I think we can beat that. Hopefully. .143.4 is a little bit different story. Oh, we pushed a little too hard, so let's just do this straight again. Second place. I think we can push past that, if I'm being honest. There we go. Come on. We need pole, because without it on a sprint race, our team really doesn't have a shot. And as the tires come up to temp, we're able to push it a little bit more. Whew. The hard part is not using the curbs in the rain. Now we push. So far so good. 8 tenths would get us in first, so let's keep on going. It's going to be a close finish to the line. And just like that, ruined it on the last turn in, but looks like second place is where we're going to end up, and that's okay. Starting on the front line, I don't think we, Not really enough time to push it, but we should be okay. The sprint is going to be in the rain, which is going to be interesting. That's crazy by 0.046. It also just shows that like intermediates and softs and mediums and hards, the compound, while it does affect speed, it really comes down to the conditions of the track. Lando had to have a crazy sector to be able to pull that. And it was probably that last turn. I was just a little too cautious. I'm really trying hard not to push too hard because I don't want to use flashbacks. It's not real. It's not realistic. So sprint in the rain. Be right back before we jump right into this sprint race. Of course, as I say that, we have more people in the chat, so I guess we're gonna make it through this sprint before I take a 2-minute break. Looks like we're actually pretty solid rain-wise, so this is gonna be interesting. Race strategy, absolutely not. We are going to push it. Endpoint 6 laps. Mediums the entire time. There is looking like rain, but not at the start. But so here's the thought process. If we do softs first, how many laps can we actually get in? Let's edit the strategy real quick. Mandatory tire is medium, so I guess it doesn't even matter. All right, well, there goes that. The thought process was if we do mediums and then it rains, we could switch over to intermediates or wets, but we're gonna jump right in. Gotta push. The goal is to at least get some points in this sprint race. Be really nice to win, but took that turn way too fast. Luckily, it doesn't look like it hurt us too much. Lando is getting a pretty good jump right now. Now we gotta push because 1.6 away is pretty rough. Yashi's car catching me. We're making some time. Been out. The one thing I didn't want to happen was use a flashback on the sprint race. It's not that it's cheating, it's just it just isn't real.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. You might experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible.
Not a great lap. And this is where Piastri probably passes me because he's right behind. It's gonna have DRS, so we're gonna have to use battery already on the way to pass. Our car is just so slow compared to so many other cars.
Okay, focus. We need to stay on form. Caution, caution.
You got a caution. I don't know
There's a
why.
yellow flag ahead.
We got all these cars. Norris's car is done. That helps us immensely, especially in the fight for championship points. Piastri's been pushed down to 5.
Okay,
So we're
some
good
information
there.
on Norris. Okay, they're out of this race.
Out of the race, love it, love it. Now it's time to catch Hamilton. And now we gotta drive perfect. So let's push. But he's 3 seconds ahead. I got a Ferrari and a Verstappen right behind me, and I just messed up that turn. Question is, I'm not getting DRS. He's getting DRS. That's insane. So I'm the only guy that doesn't get DRS. And then Verstappen being the scumbag that he is in this game. Not in real life, but in this game, he is definitely a scumbag. All because I made some mistakes. Now let's go inside. That was a horrible lap. We got to make that up. We got to do better.
Teammate behind, 6.2 seconds.
And Yuki's already 6 seconds behind. We're 3 laps in. That does not make sense.
Green flag.
I don't know what that was about, but hopefully it means that Hamilton or something is out. Yuki's out. Fantastic. Fantastic. Come on, man. Catching Verstappen.
Okay, Yuki's out of the race.
Of course he is. I'm not gonna get DRS, am I? Oh, I am. Oh, we're coming for Verstappen. Let's go. Come on. Push. 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 We got him.
Mind that front wing, it's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage.
Do a switchback. not to say I've mastered this corner by any means, but I haven't. But best believe I've had to do this corner so many different times.
About 10 to 15 minutes from now.
10 minutes from now. I should use the flashback there, because the damage of the front wing is going to be hard to battle with on this track. And Hamilton is just flying. Hamilton is so far in front. 5.4. This is the thing. If Mercedes hops ahead, they're pretty golden.
One of the Mercedes cars is next. Come on. Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
Yeah. Yuki being out sucks. Granted, he's gotten 1 point on the season, so it's not like it's a huge deal with our team. Basically, for me to win the constructors, I have to almost win every single race, while also taking out cars periodically. That's the only way I can win constructors. But Hamilton's gonna win this race by probably 10 seconds or so. My car is just not fast enough at the end of the day. Like, there's nothing I can really do. Both of them are gonna pass me right now. We get DRS, which is good, but we got Piastri battling me. We got Verstappen now ahead of us again. Come on, Verstappen. Uncalled for. Uncalled for. I'd rather give that up. The wing damage is so annoying in this game. It really destroys every chance you have of driving this car. And granted, yeah, that's how it is to a certain extent in real life, but like, there's no way it's this aggressive. I mean, losing almost a second a lap in the first sector shouldn't be a thing. But yeah, I literally have to take out cars around me because of how bad this V-Carb is. And I'm sorry, but if they're the sister company of Red Bull, shouldn't I be getting the same upgrades as them? Or close enough to it? And we only have 10% of ERS available, which means that we're probably not going to be able to handle. Oh, surprisingly, we did. push.
Come on, you can win that place back.
You say that. The car doesn't turn. That's the problem. Yeah, 3 laps left. Easy switch back. We're stopping out the door open. Or so I thought he did. And he did not.
Okay, you have some front wing damage, but not enough to justify a stop in the remaining laps.
Love it. We're stopping out of the race.
Okay, clear.
Guess I gave him puncture. I don't know, but I think it's in Red Bull's best interest to have me leave the team because I am destroying the main cars. And kind of on purpose at this point. My goal is to win the Drivers' Championship, and I know that they both have strong cars, so. The issue with this is, regardless of how well I do, if my teammate doesn't get points and can't do anything in races, I can't do anything. I mean, the car just doesn't turn. At this point, we got front wing damage on the left and right side. It's going to be a challenge to get top 5 right now. Car just doesn't turn. I have 0 downforce right now. We have so many cars
rain is
behind me.
inbound, and we're expecting it in around 5 minutes. 5 minutes until the rain.
I mean, I'm 4 seconds slower on this lap alone, right? Like, there's no coming back. And like, Hamilton is clear as long as he doesn't crash the last lap. I just gotta hold off Leclerc on this last lap, which is gonna be interesting. Put him in a wall. Put him in a wall. One last lap, and then I can take a 2-minute break.
Green flag.
I'll take it. Honestly, I'll take 4th place, given my car is beat the shit and it has some of the worst performance on the grid. We have to take it. Oh god. Oh my god. George Russell with the hit. George Russell with the hit. Gotta love it. Ugh. Lovely. Should not have flashback there. Russell's a little fucking cocksucker in this game. For those that don't know. Don't get wing damage in this game. That's the advice I can give. Because if you get it, you're screwed. And the only thing you can do is like drive dirty. It's one of those things where it's like I don't understand where Codemasters was thinking. Like, how can we make the game better when they didn't? There's a reason why most people play F1 2023 still, and it probably has to do with this. It probably has to do with the handling. The handling is trash. All I can do is try to block them off. Looks like we're able to, which is good. I guess I'll take a P4, but considering that we qualified in 2nd, it is a shame. But yeah, I guess we'll take P4. No podium, but is what it is. Be right back. All right, we are back.
Well, that's an end to the sprint action. Next up,
Also,
we'll set the
not a
grid for the
sponsor.
Grand Prix. So
Oh,
we'll
God.
see you next time.
Also not a sponsor, but Wuzu, you make a great fan. If anyone has a Costco membership and $35 to $45 laying around, it's worth it. It's fantastic. It's super quiet. Love it. Also find it hilarious that I'm so excited about a fan. But when you're under lights, you're racing, you got a lot of heat output around you. Definitely interesting. You appreciate the little things a lot more. To someone that just joined, thanks for joining. Next up, we got qualifying in China. We finally get to be on some softs after dealing with the rain. Upcoming session, high expectations of me, which is wild when I feel like I've done everything. I can't wait to freaking leave this place. I can't wait to get out of V-Carb. Look at this. We're 4 races in. I'm on engine 2 of 4. After 1 sprint, we're already at 9%. That's not okay. Their cars are abysmal. 10% gearbox after 1 race is wild. Like, there's nothing that we can really do. So, all we can do is hope that, honestly, if I'm freaking Ricciardo right now, I would take an Alpine. I would take a McLaren. Well, shocker. McLaren probably has the best car in the game. But, like, I would take a lot of other cars other than this car right now. It is so slow. And, like, I'm not the fastest driver in the game. I'm not the fastest driver in the world, obviously, like, you know, but it's abysmal how slow this car is. It legitimately is just not fun to drive. Like, if I'm Yuki in real life, the fact that I'm in a fucking V-Carb for the 5th straight year, I'm pretty pissed when Lawson has had, I think, 9 total races in his career. Like, that's pretty rough. I'm like, it almost feels like Yuki's in a Checo situation where, like, because of the sponsor, he's holding a seat and, like, they held him against his will. He had interest from Haas. I think he would have been a better replacement than Ocon, personally, compared to Ocon. But instead, he had to stay at V-Carb. And would I say that a V-Carb is more competitive than a Haas? Maybe. But Yuki goes to Haas, all of a sudden they got a lot more money coming in. They could probably switch over to Honda instead of Ferrari and, like, maybe make something of it. other than 2026, I think Honda has an exclusivity deal with Aston Martin, which is wild. Now, I know that in real life, Aston Martins don't make their own engine. They use a Mercedes engine. It's so weird to me how, like, that's not a thing. How Aston Martin, a luxury maker, doesn't develop their own engines. I don't understand. It's pretty common, like Bentley and Rolls-Royce, like one of them uses the BMW engine and stuff like that, but it is pretty wild when you think about it. I will say it is nice to be on softs. Now, 7th is not great considering I think only 9 people have put up laps. But hopefully we can improve on this lap. Speaking of Yuki, there he is. Kind of in the way. It gave me a pretty solid line to go to. And now we get to push. And odds are we're probably going to perform better on this lap because that's just how it goes. A huge improvement. Wow. All right. While I don't love sprint races, what I will say is they make you a lot better in qualifying because you had to race on it, right? So like, even though the weather wasn't great, we have a chance to post the fastest lap of Q1 right now in a car that is not as good.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
This should get us. Second, still wild. Return to the garage. Ugh, crazy. Lando is just besting us by a little bit in every single qualifying session, and it is irritating. I feel like that was almost the best I could get out of that car, and it's still not enough. There's a reason why top drivers go to the team with the best engine, and it's for this reason. The only thing I can think of is less fuel. And then just limit myself to just 1 lap. So do the out lap instead. And then go from there. So let's, I guess, adjust the car setup. 2.7. And now we push. Let's drive out.
Standing by.
And try to make it to Q3. I do think next stream I'm gonna do VR instead. I am faster in VR than I am in a normal monitor. And I say normal monitor, I have a 50-inch TV set to an ultra wide 21:9 aspect ratio, so I do have black bars at the top and bottom. But what I will say is now I am able to actually see the mirrors and cockpit view, which is very cool, without really messing with the FOV too much. But yeah. I need Gasly to pull away a little bit, so we actually might slow down. Let's coast. So that he can get ahead. because we're gonna be pushing hard. We're only doing 1 lap at 2 laps of fuel. I'm hoping this is enough for us to get to past Lando's time in Q1. The problem that I see happening is actually having Gasly too close in front of me. I don't think he's gonna post a very fast lap. And our goal is to get pole. When you have not the fastest car on the grid, qualifying is everything. If you start from behind, you're not screwed, but the odds of you coming back are almost impossible. So it is what it is, you know. Let's just push, overtake as much as we can. I don't think we're going to be getting P1, but it won't really matter in the grand scheme of things, so we're still in Q2. Did we make it? Yep. So we ended up on pole, which is hilarious. At least after
fuel left now. The tank's pretty much empty.
Let's go to the garage. Session info. We're faster than Lando, which is good, at least in Q2. Never mind, Verstappen is so quick. My second sector is so slow. I need to be better on it. I mean, I'm losing 0.4 of a second. There's a shot for me to be in the 133s. Because my first and third sector are the best in the game. Not the best in the game. Best of who's here. Yuki made it to Q3. Let's give it up for Yuki. Congratulations. You made it to Q3. Now, if you can qualify ahead of, I don't know, Mercedes, that would be great. I need protection, and Yuki gives me none of it. It's me versus every other team on the grid, and that's frustrating. Also, I'm sorry. If I'm constantly beating Sergio Perez, why hasn't Red Bull offered me a seat yet? Like, I don't get it. If anyone's watching, they're wondering what the settings are. I play with 0 assists. The only assist I have is what's it called? Flashbacks, which
checks complete. Everyone be
I mean,
aware,
don't get me wrong,
we've got
it
a
is
car
cheating.
leaving the garage.
Like, I'm not gonna pretend that it's not, but in a game that the AI is so bad in, you need flashbacks. It's unfortunate that you need it, but you really do. we need to be in the 133s realistically to have any shot at pole. So we're gonna be pushing hard. Come on, Alonso. Every 10th matters, so we are going to be pushing as much as we can. And our goal is to be purple in all sectors. Push. Shit. We were doing so good there. Alright, let's splash back here. Get up to speed. 133 is the mission. Can we get there? Do we have enough battery to even make it to the end of the straight? 4, 3, 2. Perfect. Shit. Turn the garage. Let's get on a fresh set of softs and go out there. Shit. We really can't start at third. I know that sounds crazy, but for us to have any shot of winning this lap or this race, this Grand Prix, like, we need to be pole. Because my starts are historically trash. So we really need the push. And I think we can do it. I truly do. As I start spinning everywhere and I'm already a 10th down. We're so far back already. 4/10 down. I mean, there's no catching the previous time. So let's just have a fun push lap.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
And try to do the best that we can. A lot of time there. Let's go. Push. Push. Come on. 100th of a second or 1/10 of a second is a lot. Seven tenths up. Let's go. A full second. Let's go. 133. That should put us at pole. Here we fucking go. Let's fucking go, as Tom Brady would say. That should get us pole. That should get us full. Let's go. I figured out sector 2. I figured out sector 2. Oh, even with a mistake on sector 1, there's so much time that I can make up in sector 2 that I can dominate this race. All right, before we start, unfortunately, gotta make sure I am fully prepared for this race. And just like that, we are back. We are ready for action. And we're here for the race. Let's go. Let's look at the standings real quick. We are dominating the driver standings. And I say dominating, it's only, 25 points, but that's a lot 4 races in. We have a shot. The issue is Lando is gaining momentum, and he is gaining momentum hard. DNF 3-2-1, and that's not great. Luckily he DNF'd the sprint race, so we're good there. But I mean, look at this. Look at where Yuki is. He has 1 point. He's always middle of the field, and it's a shame. Our team, which is a sister team, like, we should not even be here. We look at standings. 84 points. I have 83 of them. If I had any help whatsoever, we would be doing well. But we're behind Ferrari, even though they haven't won a race. I don't think they've won a race. No, they haven't. All because Yuki can't do anything. I mean, he's in 15th place. Our car is not that bad. Like, look at this. We're the 6th best team, technically speaking. If I'm getting first place, right? He should be anywhere from 12 to 8, realistically. Because I've been taking out cars left and right. I mean, we can look at the DNFs, right? Like, season results. I knocked out Lando. Sainz luckily didn't have a great situation. Max Verstappen on the second race, I made him take an extra pit stop. Like, I'm doing everything in my power to make sure that our team has a shot. And Yuki is shit. And it's not his, I say it's not his fault. It is kind of his fault. We're in the same car, and I'm constantly dominating.
Well, what more can I say? but he's a legend.
Shocking.
Anthony Davidson, as we all know, every single driver wants to know what's required of them. And in the case of this driver, I think things are pretty stable at the moment. They're doing what the team requires.
Well, that's the thing, you know, as a driver, it's easy to feel like you're the individual. It's all about you, and you know, you want to further your career the best you can, but you have to have the team hat on as well and play the team game, work with your teammate as best you can. It's not an easy balance to figure out.
I can pull myself up on this. All right, we should be solid right there.
Been quiet for a time, but I'm wide awake. So the world passed by, didn't hesitate. Stuck in my mind, I don't need your help. Maybe that's just a lie that I tell myself. Wish I could turn around, get the fire out my head, I could work it out. Can't explain my regrets, try to burn them down. Never said what I meant, wish you heard me out. Wish you heard me out. Cause it's high time I looked around me, I'm jaded. My eyes only surround me with hatred. I guess I never gave it up. I'm getting sick of waking up, feeling like a burden. No heart, no soul, no purpose. How can I try when I know it's not working? Chasing a dream I never catch. I'm stuck in between my silhouette. I'm stuck in the dramatic, but I got no shot. Don't understand it, I can't stop that. I don't get the scenes that I can't forget. Still stuck in between my silhouettes. Now it's all wasted. 8 years right down the drain, never wasted. Feels like I'm going insane, losing patience. I can't have it both ways. Swear I hate this. Swear I hate this. Seems like yesterday. Had it figured out, but something changed, and now I have my doubts. I was never brave enough. Now I'm always waking up, feeling like a burden. No heart, no soul, no purpose. How can I try when I know it's not working? Chasing a dream I'll never catch. I'm stuck in between my silhouettes. I love the dramatic, but I got no shot. Don't understand it, I can't stop that. I don't get the scenes that I can't forget. Still stuck in between my silhouettes. Stuck in my mind, I don't need your help. Maybe that's just a lie that I tell myself. 'Cause I'm a burden. No heart, no soul, no purpose. How can I try when I know it's not working? Chasing a dream I'll never catch. I'm stuck in between my silhouettes. I love the dramatic, but I got no shot. Don't understand it, I can't stop that. I don't get the scenes that I can't forget. Still stuck in between my silhouettes.
We can now use DRS. DRS now available. job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 15.4 seconds. Okay, Danny, we've got some clear track around us now, so let's use it and make this next lap a quick one. Let's go.
Jealousy make a man go crazy. Money make a motherfucker hate me. 1,000 bitches, they all wanna date me. Always in a fight with my nightmares. Bodies in the room, but I'm not there. I should feel more, but I don't care. Ripping this night, but I'm not scared. Call
Oh, mate, great stuff. You hit that target. That sets us up nicely for the rest of this race. Okay, be careful. We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip anytime now.
Gotta love that. I've been muted a long time, and like honestly, really fucked me up on this lap. Lost so much time. Verstappen's now 2.6 behind. That is not good. We have to push. This has to be a very good lap. So we are going to push it a little bit more than normal. You got to get the time back up to 4 seconds. I'm muted for like 10 minutes. Is not good. Just hilarious because I actually had a lot of good commentary, but it is what it is. I do not want to pit until I have at least a 4-second gap. And right now, Verstappen with the hard tires is showing the durability, and he has the chance to catch me. But we gained a 10th on that lap.
Now, and you're going to be on hards next time.
Yeah, I can't wait to be on the next set of tires. Can't believe I've been on mute for like 10 minutes. I And this race that should have been an easy win is now turning to be anything but. Just not good. That second sector is giving me so many issues on these tires. I still am shocked that I was muted for 10 minutes. That's so frustrating. And now Verstappen's coming for me. Having a 2-second lead is not good enough. We really need to be near 4 seconds.
Okay, Danny, we need to.
As I say that, I spin out. Like, this is the hard part with this game. You think everything's all solid, and then all of a sudden, like.
Okay, Danny, we need to save up some ERS, so let's focus on charging it up, please.
Why? Why would we do that? We're trying to freaking. Trying to freaking increase the gap to Verstappen. Why would I want to save up ERS? That doesn't make any sense.
You and the car behind. Let's see if you can increase it.
Yeah, I'm trying, but you're telling me to save ERS, which is wild. Like, why would I do that? It doesn't even make sense. Doing everything we can to hold on to this lead. You want me to save energy now?
Okay, we want you to pit this lap, so push now, push. Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed.
Whoa. I don't love that Verstappen now is in the lead, but we're gonna make sure that we have this down. 2.4. Let's actually press pause real quick while we're in the pit. Ugh. All right, we are back. It is just about. All right, we are back. Mike is not muted anymore, which is good. That's always a positive. But yeah, hit is about to be done. And let's race.
Okay, let's go now. Come on. Perfect
Yep,
job
let's
from
go.
you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty
hard
for
part
dangerous
is-
driving if you cross onto the track.
I gotta do it fucking Sonoda right now.
Great stuff, mate. You hit the target well there. Nice one. It's a long way to go in this race, though, so keep your head down.
Why am I on? Get back on Hot Lab. Let's go. Come on. We gotta push.
Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past.
Alright, we gotta push. Verstappen's probably gonna pit in about 3 laps. And the goal is to not fight with these back markers. I say back markers. Hulkenberg's in 10th place, but we got
Okay, information on the...
Verstappen lost.
They're
Verstappen's out of the
race.
session. No way.
Caution, caution.
I don't know what happened to Verstappen, but
Okay,
it
the
benefits
incident's
us
been cleared.
greatly.
Let's get back up to racing speed. Come on.
Everyone's in the pits.
Yuki is in the pits. Yuki in the pit lane now.
And now we got freaking Perez and Norris, and I don't know who number 2 is, but I will take it.
I'm sorry I'm not Mr. Sunshine. All jokes till I start feeling like the punchline. I know that you want Mr. Optimistic, that ain't realistic. I ain't Mr. Sunshine. Do my smile keep you around? How about when it's upside down? How about when I'm in bed 4 or 5 days? Will you love me now? And that money that you smell shine like my honey. Watch you cry at night and then roll your eyes till you decide to start running. I'm sorry I'm not Mr. Sunshine. All jokes till I start feeling like the punchline. I know that you want Mr. Optimistic, that ain't realistic. I ain't Mr. Sunshine. I'm sorry I'm not Mr. Sunshine. So
We should dominate this race. Now that Verstappen's out, once the people on hards come in, we're golden.
Okay, gap to the car ahead.
We're
8.4
absolutely
seconds.
golden.
Gap to your teammate behind. 25.7 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna have an average pit stop is 22 seconds, right? So like, if we look at this just from a logic perspective, he's 16 seconds ahead of me. Once he pits, I'm gonna have a 6-second lead on him, which is in F1 almost impossible to overcome, especially with 12 laps left. Like, and we're already gaining on him. Oh, we're set. We are set, man. This is... He's going to have to pit at some point. The question is, how many laps in is he going to wait until he pits? Right now. The only thing is he is going to be on mediums. So we are going to have to push a bit. Especially as he tries to warm up the tires. We're going to have to push. He's still in the pit. Did he get wing damage? Also, why is Hamilton on hards? Oh, I guess he didn't pit yet. Oh, we're golden. We're golden. We dominated this race. This is, I think, by far the easiest Grand Prix I've ever had. And it's not that it's a bad thing, it's a great thing, but
Okay, so all of our tire pressure data is currently reading 0.
yep, I don't care.
Assuming they
It's
still look
fine.
inflated to you, we're going to guess that it's just a bad sensor. Shouldn't be anything to worry about.
Now we just push. Saying 6. Go down to 3rd here. Upshift to 4th. Oh, a little skid, a little drifty drift. I gotta take that corner a little bit earlier. I'm losing a lot of time from my best lap. And then turn, it's making me slow on the exit on that turn. But I mean, yeah, she's 5.5 seconds behind. It won't even matter. Like, I'm not even using DRS right now. Or not DRS, ERS. I'm not even using the overtake. But he's 5.5 seconds behind. He'd have to be averaging a second faster than me every single lap. And maybe he does. I don't know. Maybe that was his strategy. But
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 26.0 seconds.
I really want to nail the second sector and just have a really good second sector lap. Because I know that if I'm within half a second of my best lap, I'm putting such a far lead into...
Okay, Danny, lap times are a little erratic at the moment. Let's try and close up the difference between them.
This is where we want to turn a little bit earlier, so let's try to do that. Well, let's push it. If I'm within half a second, like, no one can catch me. Piastri is making moves, though. I mean, he's coming in hot. And Piastri very well could end up with the fastest lap of the race because he is flying right now. Being on mediums with less fuel in the system, like, it does make a difference. But all it takes is me having a really good lap, and like, this race is out of touch for him. And just like that, like, we're close to having a fastest lap. And like, he went from, I mean, he's flying right now. Flying. But we just beat our fastest lap by 4/10. Like, oh boy. Let's go back to here. This is a dangerous spot for me to flashback. Shit. This is a struggle right now. And all the time we gained, it's gone. Like, flashbacks in this game are definitely a challenge at times. You just don't get the same let off. Shit. And now it feels like we're in a race. I mean, that's a horrible lap. I don't even have the fastest lap. I thought I had the fastest lap. I don't. But Piastri's coming. So I gotta have a really, really good lap. I mean, he's within 2 seconds of me. This is not good for me at all. It takes one really good lap and it's over. Especially considering since he is on mediums, he's gonna start dropping off time pretty soon, actually, because it's just not sustainable. Point 8. He's gaining on me. There's no doubt that he is. Question is, can I keep this lead? This went from being an absolute cakewalk to the McLaren being so fast, and now it legitimately is a race on if I can hold him off. And like that right there, like I lost a half second. You got to keep a second at least between us, because I mean, shit, he's within a second. This is not good. This is not good at all. This is going to be a fight to the end for sure. He is very close. I don't know what I did, but he is gaining on me.
Target, mate. Nice work. Still a long way to go, though. Gap to your teammate behind, 29.4 seconds. Okay, clear.
He's on the faster tire right now. Like, there's only so much I can do at this point. But may have given him enough wing damage to where I can just kind of coast for the rest of the race. Went from 0.4 to 2-ish. Let's go. And now it's going to be from a battle to just simple. You gotta take that turn better. But I think he has wing damage. Race update.
Okay, our best lap so far, 1 minute 36.9.
Full race update.
You're in first position, front of the pack. Piastri's behind. They're on old mediums. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 4 laps remaining.
Oh, he's done. I'm pretty sure when he battled with me, he ended up with some wing damage, because that's the only thing that makes sense for how far I am pushing ahead of him. But honestly, that's just the name of the game. Like, should have upshifted. I mean, he's 5 seconds behind at this point. Like, it's done. He's gonna have to try to hold off Leclerc, which honestly, like, I kind of don't want at all. Ideally, Leclerc passes him. McLaren right now is first in constructors, and even though Leclerc is and Ferrari is second, we don't really care about that. We're trying to create parity behind us, because if we win every race, we have a shot of actually winning constructors in a V-carb, which, by the way, in real life would never happen, because all that would happen is if there was a dominant V-carb driver, they would get pushed to the Red Bull seat and be Verstappen's teammate, because that's what you do in that situation. He's gonna lose the position. Piastri's gonna lose the position, which is huge, because I'm pretty sure Lando's out of the session. I could be wrong. No, Verstappen's the only one out of the session, so not quite there. But they're gonna be in a battle for podium. He's got DRS on him. Piastri got passed by Leclerc. That's exactly what we need. Is he going to get passed by Alonso? That's the question. Doubtful. Alonso has to come up with a lot of time in the last little bit. Overshot this corner. But it looks like he's dropping back so much. Those mediums are a struggle. Plus wing damage, doesn't matter how fast your tires are. Like, legitimately, it really doesn't. If you don't have a solid front wing on this, it's near impossible to actually have solid laps. Even with a solid front wing, I mean, like, you can see I'm making mistakes. Can Alonso catch him though? That would actually be huge in regards to drivers, not drivers, constructors. We're doing everything we can to win both, as basically the only driver on the team. Tsunoda probably not doing great. Teammate update.
We don't currently have the data for that request.
Teammate.
Okay, the static over the radio. Say it again.
Teammate.
Repeat that. I've got some interference here.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what it is to find out information about the teammate. But it's fine. We're winning this race. It's done. And as Ricciardo said, never left. Dominant performance. Can Fernando catch Piastri? That's the question. Oh god, overshot that turn. This is what happens when I'm in such a groove and lead. Like I don't care about the track in front of me. I want to know if Alonso is gonna catch Piastri. And on DRS, he very well could. Come on, Alonso. Turn back the time. Let's go. Turn back the time. Pass him. Pass him. Come on. You're so close. Easy win. Alonso destroyed Piastri. Let's go.
Thanks for having my back.
Let's go. There's no way Lando is a driver that I finish the race, start to finish,
The honey badger, the most
in first.
ferocious animal on the planet.
The honey
And he's
badger.
shown that on the track today.
If only I could do a shoey.
Ricciardo
That'd be pretty fun. Be gross, but
Great display of dominance today.
who knows?
By
Maybe
this
if
driver. They
I end up
left
winning
out
this whole
the flag
thing,
at
I end
the
up doing a
end.
shoey at the end of it.
Every lap of the race, brilliant stuff by them. And,
Oh, look
excited
at
to
that.
see
Led
what more they can
every
do
lap of the
in
race, yet
future
I'm not the
races.
driver of the day.
As we await the winners to take their positions on the podium, one thing is clear today. RB have really shown their prowess on the track. This is a team that isn't afraid to take risks, whether that's on the
yeah,
circuit or
Cat
the new talents
in
they
number
hire.
3.
Today, those risks certainly paid off.
Oh, look at that. I need a fake trophy. I think I'm gonna buy a fake trophy just so I can imitate winning a Grand Prix, just like the game. Alonso got third, Leclerc second. Of course.
Well, that was certainly an
What do we got?
exciting
What do we
weekend
got?
of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Oh, that's for the sprint race. So, Piastri ended up finishing 5th in the race. Like, that's a huge deal. How did... I gotta know. Let's... How is Lando the driver of the day? Oh, 19 to... Wow. Oh, he took a grid penalty. Their car was extremely fast. I don't care. That's ridiculous. My teammate got nothing. Why? Because honestly, shit, he had to change out his engine and start at the back of the grid. 19th. I mean, jeez. It's pretty insane when you actually look at it. how bad the teammates are in this game. And it just comes down to AI not being good. Codemasters did a shit job on this game. There's so many random bugs that should be fixed. The fact that the meta is tire pressure all the way up, that's not how it would be in real life at all. You destroy your tires. It just doesn't make sense. So, do I think F1 2025 will be better? No. Do I hope that F1 2026 will? Yes, because there'll be new cars. And honestly, who knows if Codemasters and EA even holds the license anymore. Liberty is shopping it. They're pretty disappointed that EA has done such a shit job with F1 24 that they could be shopping the exclusivity deal. Be nice if I got a secret meeting. Let's see. Secret meeting. Who wants us? Who wants us? If we had a guess. Alpine. That's who I think the secret meeting is going to be with. Williams? You gotta remind. Granted. Their car is shit. Look at Logan Sargent. 20th and Albon's 13th. Like 21 show current team. Like, look at this. We're in first place. We have 108 points. I can't go to a team that is so far behind. Like, give me Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes.
Hey,
Give me one of them.
Been chatting with some of the team higher-ups, and they're delighted with the loyalty you're showing to the team and the project.
The loyalty? I'm not loyal at all. You're out of your mind.
Or whatever it is you people get up to out of the car.
Sure. Yeah, easy. Living coast for 25 seconds? Sure, I think that's pretty doable. It is Miami, but I mean... This is the issue, right? Like, I'm an 84 overall.
These are your active accolades.
Yep, that's great. Don't care.
Across your career, you will... If you're
Yeah, I would love to have a rival.
This graph will show you how your driver ratings are evolving throughout your career at F1. Upwards, I hope. Your current stats are visible on the right. Each has been color-coded to match a line on the graph. Finally, at the bottom, you can select drivers from the left-hand list, and they will then appear with their rating.
So this is the issue, right? Like, I'm an 84 overall. Williams talking to me makes sense. Red Bull should be talking to me. I would dominate right now. Dominate. I could probably get them back into the Constructors Championship if Red Bull gets rid of Perez and swaps it for me. The fact that Williams came up to me and not Alpine is kind of a slap in the face, I'll be honest. My rating should be better. Let's look at the standings. Constructors. Alpine should be talking to me. I wouldn't even go to them. They only got 9 points, which I guess technically is better than Yuki, but like, it almost is like, even for Red Bull, unless me and Max are getting freaking 1-2 finishes, like, I have 107 points or 108. So if I were to swap, let's see, Perez has 21, so it's minus 21. So we'd be at 131. Red Bull made a mistake. They should have moved me to the top team after week 1. It's gonna be interesting. To everyone that joined the stream, I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's actually see if we can do any R&D real quick in the powertrain, because our team is shit. Fantastic. So we have nothing, and when we look at the team, we're so far behind. Like, we're the best of the back markers, but there's no reason, especially when you consider like the potential is still behind Mercedes after upgrades. I wouldn't even mind driving for Aston Martin if I could get rid of Lance Stroll. Me and Fernando, come on, it'd be a good time. The vehicle is so shit. Failed. Fantastic.
Right, I'm afraid to say that we've had a major.
They've all
issue on the
failed.
production line earlier this week,
They've
and the
all
entire
failed.
development
This is
package for the weekend
insane.
Any redevelopment will need to be ordered from the R&D screen.
Ridiculous. They honestly like don't give a flying fuck. That's what I've learned. Wild. I think this is a good spot to end it, but I'm gonna stay in the chat for 5 minutes. We'll see if anyone joins and wants to do like Q&A and stuff, but it's disappointing. We had 3 failed items, downforce being one of them. Like, that's what I care about. He's a cash app. I mean, we are better than our competitors, but like the fact that Mercedes is the only one still on the graph is wild. It's so sad.
This graph charts the performance progress of.
Like, look at this. We're so far behind. And all it's doing is hurting Yuki's shot at gaining any points. Like, he's 15th in the driver's standing. I'm carrying the team on my back right now. And honestly, that's probably how Yuki feels in real life. He performed better than Lawson. Lawson got the Red Bull seat. Lawson should have stayed in V-Carb. They should have put him rookie, which they did, in V-Carb, and see how well Lawson does. And if Yuki sucks, then move Lawson over. To give an inexperienced driver like is heartbreaking in general. But let's move to just chatting. And I hope anyone that did join, I hope they had a good time. I'm trying to be more consistent with streaming. I'm actually trying to be more consistent in general with content. And if you haven't checked out my video, please do. It just talks about how it's not always so simple in regards to having a space for whether it's sim racing, whether it's for content creation, whether it's for gaming in general. A lot of us don't have a dedicated room. I sort of have a dedicated room, but it is technically a shared space in regards to like my work from home office, my sim setup, my guest room. And like, does the guest room ever get used? No. Do I need the bed? Technically no, but the time that we have been here, like, we have been able to use it a handful of times, and I'm grateful that we had it and people didn't have to sleep on an air mattress. They actually got a full-on bed to sleep on. But does it make things like this a little bit harder? Yeah, absolutely. But I think we're gonna be pretty solid in regards to where we are. I think at this point we pretty much have the driver standings locked up, which is a wild thing to say. I didn't get the fastest lap, which actually blew my mind. But every race that we've finished, we've come in first. I expect to win Miami. I expect to win Imola. I would love to win Monaco. I've never done well. I've never even finished a race on Monaco. So I would love to win that. And hopefully after that, it would be the end of B-Carb. And if I could go to a better team, that would be the way to do it. The issue is when we look at R&D, the only team I'd really be willing to go to right now are Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari. Even for Aston Martin, when we look at the standings, that's weird. That, again, look at the glitch. So if you look at the second item, there's a trophy. That shouldn't be a trophy. That should be something else. When you look at the standings, like McLaren, Ferrari are the front runners. If I were to leave VCarb, Red Bull, I would go in a heartbeat because you mix my points and Verstappen's points, we're dominant. We are destroying the field. Because you can pretty much just eliminate VCarb at that point if I leave. Mercedes would have a shot, but like, I want to replace George Russell. I hate George Russell in this game. All right. If we were to rank every driver, right? From like the worst people to actually go wheel to wheel with, we got George Russell, Perez, and Ocon being the top three as like the absolute worst people to go with. Verstappen sucks to go against because he's so fast, but that's not his fault. That's just he's quicker and you have to be more defensive, and he's so good in the game that it's hard to really defend. Lance Stroll causes way too many crashes. And everyone else is fine. It honestly is just a few drivers, and that is Stroll, Ocon, Perez. I think that's it. I was like, the people you don't want to be around because they just cause too many crashes, which is a shame because it really does take away from the game. But yeah, until next time, been your boy Dreamer Boy. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and besides that, don't stop believing, don't stop dreaming, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.